Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're continuing with the FaithFlow Campaign Series, which is a core part of the FaithFlow-rooted ministry. And today we're opening up a file that, well, it tends to make people want to run in the other direction. We're talking about the Bootstrapped Fundraising Playbook.
It really is the stumbling block for so many, isn't it? You have this massive, beautiful vision to serve.
Yeah.
But then reality hits. You look at your bank account and that familiar knot just forms in your stomach. It's that specific anxiety of how on earth am I going to pay for this?
And the source material it meets you right there. On page 1, it talks about a candidate starting with, a $200 printer and a lot of hope.
That's it.
It tells you right away, this isn't for the political insider with some big super PAC. This is for the grassroots starter.
And that's really the promise. It calls itself a grace-centered guide. The whole idea is that the shoestring budget phase, it's not a liability you have to hide. It's actually a formative period. The core message is that you don't have to sort of sell your soul just to keep the lights on.
So let's get into the mechanics of that.
Yeah.
Because the book offers some very specific tools to manage that panic. The one that jumped out at me was the zero-based budget builder.
Oh, that's critical, especially in high-stress environments. The idea isn't just try not to overspend.
Right.
In a zero-based budget, you take whatever income you have, even if it's small, and you assign every single dollar a specific job before the month even starts. So your income minus your expenses, it equals 0.
So it kills that slush fund mentality. You're not just guessing if you can afford flyers.
Exactly. The budget already told you where that dollar is going. It turns financial anxiety into more of a logistics problem. And that works right alongside the other big tool, the 100-seed donor outreach.
It was so refreshing.
It really is. It just flips the whole dialing for dollars thing on its head.
Yeah, instead of cold calling a stranger and having that awkward ask for $1,000, it's about planting seeds. You start with the people who actually know you, your 100 seeds.
It changes the whole dynamic from a transaction to a relationship. You aren't begging. You're inviting people who already trust you to be part of it.
Which brings us to the biggest shift in this book, I think. The theology of the ask.
That's where the FaithFlow element really clicks in.
It reframes fundraising from, begging for money to stewardship.
And that is a massive psychological shift. If you believe God put a vision on your heart, then asking others to support it isn't selfish at all.
It's an opportunity.
It's offering them an opportunity to invest in that vision. The book uses examples like the widow's mite or the provision at Zarephath. The point is that provision follows obedience, not pressure.
It leans on Philippians 4.19, right? Trusting God to supply the need. It basically suggests that if you have to manipulate someone to get a donation, you've already stepped out of that integrity zone.
Right. It brings peace into the process. You put the opportunity out there with confidence, and then you trust the result.
Now, this is part of the broader FaithFlow-rooted ministry, so it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. I thought the connection to the spiritual gifts quiz was really smart.
It's all about alignment, not performance. If you have what FaithFlow calls a truth gift, your fundraising style will probably be pretty bold, just casting a clear, sharp vision. But if you have a care gift, that feels completely unnatural.
So you shouldn't try to be that person.
You shouldn't. You should fundraise based on relationship and direction. It stops you from trying to wear someone else's armor,
And to help with that, they included some emotional support tools. There's a flip book story. I think it was about a candidate who throws a potluck instead of a big gala.
Yes, I love that detail. It's this realization that you don't need the $500 a plate dinner to win.
It's so grounding.
It is. It validates that small beginnings, like a potluck, are perfectly okay. There's even a companion song, Grace in the Small Things, for when the stress really hits.
It's a reminder, then, that you don't have to do this alone. And you certainly don't have to lose yourself to serve well.
That's the bottom line.
It seems so. Whether you're running for office or just stepping out on a new venture, the source material leaves us with this final thought. Heaven often partners with obedience, not just big expenses.
That's one to sit with. Walk in peace.